So, weiter geht's mit Genshin und hat er mir jetzt dazwischen geredet? Wahrscheinlich. Ja, jetzt endlich mal eine entspannte, kurze Aufnahme, in Anführungsstrichen. Denn ich will mich eigentlich mal kurz um so ein paar Kleinigkeiten kümmern, die noch irgendwie offen sind. Abgesehen von Quests und Co. Ja gut, das heißt Quests und Co. Ja, vertonten Quests, Legendary Quests. Zum Beispiel hier die Oberwelt-Quest, die irgendwie neu ist. Hi. Oh, hello. It's been a while since I saw you last. I come here often, actually. Is it so? I must be getting on in years. Memory just isn't what it used to be. Ah, me? No, not only is my memory like a sieve, but I am finding myself more and more puzzled by what the younger folk are interested in. Before Youngen from Fontaine came here, said that he was making a film and chatted on with the master of the house. Goodness, and he kept saying, dear, throwing around a word like that all willy-nilly. Does he have no shame? Was his name Xavier? Yes, that's him. He mentioned you as well. It sounded like he had received funds from the Tenrio Commission and finally managed to make a film, but the commission wasn't satisfied with the result. And he wanted to stick with it, so he came to us, the commission in charge of the humanities and arts, for help. I didn't expect the master to agree to this, let alone to send Koharu to help. Is this film really so interesting? This is all completely beyond me. Still, since the master agreed, I should not pass judgment as a mere butler. But after thinking it over, I'm still worried about Koharu. Worried? That's right, I can tell that Koharu isn't too fond of this jabbering outlander. He's always strictly obeyed the commands of the master and lady, and would never deliberately disobey an order. The child lacks training and composure. That outlander is a bit too unreserved. If he ruffles Koharu's feathers, and she can't restrain herself again, there'll be trouble. Koharu's training hasn't been brief by any means, and while her skills are far from perfect, she could easily knock someone lacking in fighting skills out. Training? Knockout? Isn't Koharu a son of the Komisato clan? Wo ist Koharu anyway? Ja, die da vorne rumsteht, glaube ich, und jetzt weg ist. Wo do you think Koharu and I are? Whatever answer you have in mind, all you need to know is that we are absolutely loyal to the Yashiro Commission and the Kamisato clan. Since you know the boy and have earned the trust of the entire house, a humble housekeeper such as myself is naturally at ease when it comes to you. You could find the time to go see how that film is coming along. I'd be eternally grateful. Sure thing. It seemed to be because that he took a group of people to an island south of here. Anyway, thanks for letting me talk your ear off for this long. Please come back when you have the time. The entire house would be honored. Aha. Ja, auf einmal ist die hier auch weg. Interessant. Ich glaube, da fliege ich lieber von hier rüber. Okay. Die Quest ist so ein bisschen random irgendwie. Das ist so arg random. Keine Ahnung. Naja, passt schon. Hab zumindest ein bisschen was zu tun. Das wäre mein Tod gewesen. Ja, das sollte reichen. Interessant, wie hier einfach nichts ist gefühlt. Wo es sich lohnt, hinterher mal wieder hinzugehen. Wait a second. Mit dem Jungen hatte ich gespielt hier, oder? Hatte mit dem Jungen gespielt, oder? Hatte ich mit dir gespielt? Hit Kujirai. This is you're really good at this. You even correct my Kujirai art, Timari Jutsu. About how to play Timari if you're looking for Timari. Aha. The Temari game. The Temari game here is yet to be prepared. Jetzt. Play Temari. Nee, das ist für mich gedacht. Wenn ich das machen möchte. Art. Aha. Hier, Moment, Place, Temari. Ach du Scheiße, die wollen echt, dass man das Ding hier, wer weiß wo, versteckt. Uff. Werde ich hinterher auch wieder resettet? Ja, ich werde resettet. Challenge completed. Moment. Platimari Game. Jetzt kann ich meinen eigenen wieder einsammeln. Geht das richtig? Okay. Interessant. Wie jetzt? Ich werde nicht zurückgesetzt. Wow. Okay. Ihr seht schon so ein bisschen schwach. Also das hätte ich doch zumindest erwartet, dass ich zurückgesetzt werde. Aber gut, muss ja nicht. Lass den Oni ruhig wieder selber laufen und fliegen. Okay. Wahrscheinlich gibt es ein Achievement dafür, wenn man seine Dinger immer wieder woanders placed, oder? Das erklärt aber jetzt den Ball, der hier schwebt. Kid Kujirai. Fixes, you're really good at this. You're giving correct man Kuji. Nö. Okay, das heißt aber, wenn ich ihn anspreche und er gibt mir nicht die Option zu spielen, habe ich es bei ihm gemacht. Das heißt, ich habe einen Indikator dafür, ob ich es fertig habe oder nicht. Das ist gut. Das ist sehr gut. Ich weiß, du hast noch rein gar nichts getan. Aber ich will dich jetzt einfach mal kurz platt hauen. Mir ist gerade danach. Damn. Da bin ich gerade schnell. Aber als Nacht wird wahrscheinlich, oder? So. Ich meine, für einen lila Klumpen jetzt hier runterfliegen, lohnt sich nicht wirklich. Naja. War hier nicht schon mal irgendwie was mit einem Filmevent? This is the 11th time. I just don't get it. Just say it. What was the problem in this time? The problem this time, Miss Caro, is that your performance just now was completely passionless. When I wrote those lines, my heart was bursting with an empty yet fervent passion. Yes, empty yet fervent. I need you to be more patient. Use your voice to express this rich emotion. An empty yet fervent passion? What does that even mean? Wait a minute. Didn't the casting score say that this script was written by a famous writer? That's absolutely right. The story was adapted from a novel written by the renowned author Kayabuki Ike. And who adapted it, you might ask? None other than myself. Miss Koharu, Mr. Sasano, I'm very sorry for making you both go over this so many times. But it's all worth it for the sake of artistic perfection. As such, I hope that... Hold on, I only know one Kayabuki Ike, and everything he submitted to the Yai publishing house always got rejected. But he won't accept that, so he started publishing his own novels, but not a single one sold in the end. Don't tell me that we've been put through the ringer 11 times something that guy wrote. I have had enough of this nonsense. That doesn't look good. It seems like Koharu's second away from flying off the handle. Let's go say hello. So, Xavier, are you guys filming? Long time no see. Oh, Nishan Paimon, my dear friends. How marvelous it is to see familiar faces at a time like this. As you can see, following the 7th Samurai, I finally came up with a way to secure the necessary resources to shoot another film. The lead role hasn't been decided yet, but thanks to Lord Kamisato's generosity, The funds, props, and nearly all the other early stage problems have already been taken care of. If you don't mind, could I ask if you maybe possibly at all remember our agreement from before? What agreement? Oh, of course, it's already been a long time since then. After all, you must have had many other important matters to take care of, so it's completely understandable that our first meeting didn't leave an impression. Don't worry, I'm not surprised or disappointed, really. Onisha's friend of the Yashiro Commissioner, so you all know each other? That's right, Onisha was the first friend I made in Inazuma. The Fatui who dumped a bunch of work on me, and those non-communicative samurai don't count. If you made friends with Nisha, I guess you can't be all bad. Well, seems like Xavier got some jobs after all. We're very good friends. You really think so? Even though I've never said so, I for my part have considered you a true friend right from the start. You aren't just my dear friend, you're my esteemed, reliable, true friend. Since we are friends... Of course. And here you are right at this most dire moment. Like an oasis in the deserts of Sumeru. Precious and timely. Well, so long as per our previous agreement, you remain willing to play the role of the female lead in my new film. What do you say? Will you be my female lead? I would be honored. Everyone can attest to Anisha's ability to improve. We've traveled together long enough. After all, getting her to be the main character is definitely a win for you, Xavier. Absolutely, I have no doubt of that. Well then, with Nisha, here are the scripts for the next 2 scenes. The scenes are Act 1, Scene 2 and 3. I've highlighted your lines, so please take note of them. But it looks this much of effort to find the right person for the lead role. I might as well give this one more try. Fine, then I will too. Outlander Brigade, when the wind of death blew towards the blonde samurai script. Prelude, outside in the quiet countryside in the verdant wilds of Narukami, Haru and Sasano stand back to back, each speaking with their eyes closed. Sasano, the wind is coming. Haru, where from? Don't worry about where it's coming from, all you need to know is that it's coming for them. Where are they? That Outlander, they are already walking the path to death. Sasano opened his eyes, then walks into the distance holding Haru's hand. Act 1, Scene 2. Also in the quiet countryside, the Outlander and the two are besieged by the enemy. After escaping with great difficulty, they arrive in the countryside wounded. The Outlander isn't bleeding. So no, this won't do. If this continues, we won't have a chance against them. Well, we'll have to sacrifice ourselves to rush out of the frame. Outlander, how did this happen? Outlander wears a pained expression, but soon makes up their mind again. But I won't lose like this. Don't underestimate my resolve. Outlander turns, Jetzt habe ich echt die Regieanweisung nicht mitgelesen. Close up, super close up, bla. The Outlander turns and walks back towards enemy ranks as the screen fades to black. Next scene. Act 1, Scene 3. Outdoors, enemy stronghold. After making up their mind, the Outlander cuts their way to the enemy stronghold. Haru desperately. Don't worry about us. Asano, impatiently and loudly. Hurry, go on without us. The Outlander spins around, continuously swinging their weapon. Through this endless rotation, this warrior becomes a golden whirlwind. The golden whirlwind covers every inch of the frame. Each enemy caught in the golden whirlwind's endless attacks suffers pain immeasurably. Ist das ein dummes Wort? Worse than that of tooth decay. The golden whirlwind rapidly flings all enemies on screen into the distance, where they land hard on the ground. The Outlander finally reaches the imprisoned Sasano and Haru, freeing them. Everything looks so official. Paimon look forward to watching your performance, Onisha. Sorry to begin the shoot. Well, if you're ready, we can go ahead and begin the test shot. I'm ready. Good, then let's begin. This won't do. If this continues, we won't have a chance against them. Smoother, Mr. Sasano, smoother. These lanes are just so awkward, Hazard. We'll have to sacrifice ourselves. For feeling, Miss Koharu, come once more feeling. How did this happen? But I won't lose like this. Don't underestimate my resolve. Very nice. Excellent performance, Anisha. What? Mr. Sano, Miss Koharu, you two need to go over our script. Next scenes between you two. We need to do better than this. Anisha, we have a lot of battle scenes up next, so you need to complete them with the extras. Try to use the flashiest move you can. I have a lot of faith in your abilities. I know your performance will be stellar.
It's my lucky day.
Judgment.
Ben is defeated to rescued. Follow the signs. Was für Signs?
Forth, my blade.
Was für Signs?
Very.
Ach so.
Solidify.
Wie?
Judgment.
Blade.
Yeah.
Aha.
You can't run.
To the fairy. Submit for judgment. Swift and merciful. Stabilize.
Let's dance. Yeah. Punishment.
Ich finde die Ansicht gerade interessant. Ich kann die auch nicht ändern. Oh Gott, ich sehe es kommen. Top-Down Events. Mr. Sasano, Mrs. Koharu. Mr. Sasano, Miss Koharu. I'm disappointed in both of you. The difference between these crude shots and a true film is like monsters, Dandelion wine and apple cider. One is alcohol, one isn't. They simply aren't the same thing. Heavens above, I just don't even know how to describe it. You can't remember your lines. Your readings are all over the place. And you're not giving me any emotion. How am I supposed to work with that? This is a crime against art. This can't go on, my friends. I'm really sorry that you're so disappointed, but I don't plan to continue taking part in this. You can reprimand or punish me, but I'm not going to keep doing this either. Mr. Sasano? I mean, I know that there have been some issues with these performances, but it's nothing a few more rehearsals can't fix. There's no need. We could practice 100 times and I still wouldn't understand what your script is about. I share the sentiment. Why would these two characters suddenly sacrifice themselves and run off to where the enemy is? No matter how you look at it, it just doesn't make any sense. They're just dragging the main character down. The lines at the end are so awkward, I feel embarrassed just reading them. In short, I quit. Goodbye. Jupp, that's that then. Wie ist das überhaupt angestellt? How could you? If Susan and Koharu gone, we shan't have enough actors to continue filming. This is bad. There, it's okay. I'm so sorry. Your efforts, I fear they shall go to waste now. It's fine. I confess I'm at a loss for words. I'm going to your restaurant for any moment. I need to be alone. I'm sorry. We'll talk about this matter next time we meet. Now Xavier's gone too. Seems like he's in pretty bad shape. He must be taking the arguments I had earlier really hard. Do you think we should go GM up a bit? If I remember mentioning your restaurant. You think we should go? Then let's go look for him. Okay. Das ist das Restaurant, wo man rein kann sogar. Okay. Interessant. Höchst interessant. Zack. Da. Enter Uyo Restaurant. Restaurant? Ich habe keine Ahnung. Restaurant. So. Bleibt die Musik hier drin. You found me. Yeesh, it reeks of booze around here. You're drunk, aren't you, Xavier? Go easy on the drinks. Don't say that, it's ruining the vibe. You sound like my mom. Come on. Let's drink together. Maybe some other time. Huh? What kind of friend are you? You're not fun. Wasn't it just right when we were filming? I was being questioned. madly, so yes. Actually, I don't blame Miss Koharu or Mr. Sasano. They were very cooperative at first. That is to say, or I think that is to say, it's probably because I'm not that talented. You just need a little more experience. You really are a good person, you know that? You're so good. Here, let me give you a hug. Hey, a minute ago you were drunk as a skunk. You're not taking advantage of the situation to get chummy with us, are you? I'll kindly decline. You know that film I worked so hard on before? Well, the higher ups at the Tenryo Commission didn't like it too much. They didn't come right out and say it, but they were totally silent, which means they didn't approve. But I refused to accept this. I refuse. This time I was able to get funding from Lord Kamisato to make this film. So I must take this seriously, don't you think? My dearest, most adored good friend, you're closer to me than a sibling, so I'll tell you something about me. I'm an engineer, but I think I can be more than an engineer. I read lots of books and I can write stuff. I could also be a film writer, an actor, a director. I'm not talking out of my head here. I could really do it. Don't you believe me? I believe you. Great, I would kiss you if you could, but I drank a smidge too much and my breath stinks. Don't get the wrong idea, Onisha. I just think you're truly my most dearest and bestest friend. My best friend, I must treat you to a meal today, and I won't take no for an answer. My dear fellow, we order food from you, correct? Come, my friend, order whatever you'd like. Bird egg sushi, please. Ich nehme den Skewer. That's all? No, unacceptable. You're my best friend, the best friend of Xavier, man of Fontaine. Kann das sein, dass Fontaine nach Sumeru kommt? Being stingy with my friends will damage my character. And I am, if nothing else, a person of character. My dear sir, we'll have the tree-flavored skewer, tonkotsu ram, and whatever else you serve here. Understood. Erika, one of everything for this table. Oh god. Soon after, our shop owner occupies your blah. Dear Onisha, dear Paimon, now this is what I call a real meal. Come, let's eat for our dreams. Hier von mir with Xavier. Jetzt will ich auch. Ich habe auch kein Mittag und noch kein... Also eigentlich habe ich kein richtiges Frühstück gehabt und auch noch kein Mittag. Fuck. Was habe ich überhaupt gegessen? Überhaupt schon irgendwas gegessen? Hab nicht. Thanks for your hospitality. Oh, you're a good guy, Xavier. You're Paimon's best friend. Well, one of them anyway. How was everything? Simply divine. I could taste the lake in your rice and fish. That sweet, delicate aroma is just what I'd have in my hometown of Petrichor. Oh, wir kriegen gerade Informationen über Fontaine. Also Fontaine after Sumeru und dann kommt Natlan und dann kommt Zasnaya. Is that so? I'm glad you liked it. Oh, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but this film you mentioned sounds very interesting indeed. Could you tell me more about it, if you wouldn't mind? You and Xavier explained the film, blah blah. Oh, so this outliner has to resolve to stand up and fight when things get tough impressive. But to be honest, there is so little thought or hesitation involved here that this person barely seems human at all. When they meet an enemy they can't beat, they summon up the courage to charge anyway. And they actually triumph. That sort of daring is actually rather frightening. You're still young, Mr. Xavier. I take it that you've never experienced such life-threatening situations before. Certainly not life-threatening, no. But is this the reason why my script has been criticized? Well, let me put it this way. Is having an identical experience first strictly necessary to writing a good story? From what I understand, quite a number of great authors are homebodies. Besides, I find this no-nonsense swords-drawn approach very Inazuma-esque. Since I've come to Inazuma, I should make some films with that Inazuma flair. Mr. Kayabuki's original work was also in this style. In order to preserve these unique elements, I've decided to honor the source. Ah, you mean Kayabuki Ike? An interesting lad, to be sure. Xavier, I'm moved by your dedication to film. I can't help but reminded of a story I once heard. Sitting in a restaurant, eating and listening to stories like this is also so Inazuma. I love it. He's gone. Nom nom nom, you guys go on. Paimon's just gonna finish up over here first. Long, long ago, there lived someone named Seishimaru. Seishimaru was born to samurai parents who worked for powerful people. Well, they weren't very powerful themselves, but they weren't too bad either. But these parents seemingly made a strange error in their work, incurring punishment and eventually submitting to the execution. Unable to accept their deaths, Seishimaru toiled to find the samurai family that carried out the sentence. Truth be told, the responsible party did everything by the book. And the family serving as executioner normally shouldn't have been blamed for the sentence they were ordered to carry out. The family was also acquainted with Seishimaru's. Goodness me. This story is pretty hard to me tell without naming names. For now, suppose that the family responsible was the Wakayama clan. To all the good people in Inazuma named Wakayama, please don't hate me for this. As I was saying, blinded by hatred, Seishimaru did take revenge on the Wakayamas. But by then, the person who had personally beheaded Seishimaru's parents had already passed away, leaving the eldest son in charge of the Wakayama estate. This person happened to also be Seishimaru's childhood friend, but now they had become enemies. This is a story of friends becoming fools. Very clever, you hit the nail on the head. Paimon knows, something's awful gonna happen next. It doesn't matter if it's Monster, Leroy, or Inazuma. It's always the same wherever you go. Indeed, there's nothing new under the sun. People always lose themselves due to the same old things. I suppose there are plenty of stories like this one in Fontaine too. Anyway, before any action was taken, Seishimaru was supposed to be remembering the old days, took out a temari and a sword and let the eldest son of the Wakayama family choose between them. What does that mean? Now, how should I know what Seishimaru was thinking? Still, I think that the temari and sword represent life and death respectively. Having made the wrong choice, the Wakayama's eldest son had no choice but to accept being pursued and slain by Seishimaru. What an ill-fated lad. But before Seishimaru could even come knocking at his door, an illness took him. I don't know if that was lucky or unlucky. Dying of an illness and being killed both mean dying either way, so who knows which would have been better. It's hard not to blame Seishimaru for his death. If it weren't for the former being bent on revenge, the latter wouldn't have needed to lay low until he fell ill. After that, the younger Wakayama child immediately sought vengeance. Good grief, this cycle never ends, does it? Seishimaru was forced into hiding in the mountains before eventually disappearing. Some say Seishimaru fled in fear of the Wakayamas. The others say he let himself sink to the depths of the ocean to quench his burning hatred. Whichever ending you wish to believe, no one ever saw Seishimaru again. This day, such dreadful matters as hate and shame should all have flowed into ley lines with Seishimaru's death. Since this will dispute has lost its source, just take and all was well again to be this story's ending. That's it? So not even you know where this Seishimaru went? Yeah, all was not well at all. What kind of ending is that? I'm sorry, but that's how the part I hear ends. After all, it's a tale that's been spread to many places, so such vagueness is unavoidable. Back to the issue. You see, Mr. Xavier, you need a story with an ending that leaves people wanting more. Mr. Okazaki, I must say that you are indeed a gentleman of great insight. I wouldn't be surprised if the legend of Seishimaru took place in Fontaine. Especially one of the legend's endings, the one where Seishimaru disappears to put an end to his hatred. It sounds just like what a friend of mine from Sumeru would do. I want to thank you for your kindness and the nudge you'd given me. And not just through the story, your unique way of giving advice has given me just the inspiration I needed. I think I know what was missing from my film before. Thank you, Mr. Okazaki, this is for the meal. If I can manage to write an even better script, I'll come back to offer you my most solemn gratitude. Tell you what, I really envy your youth and drive, traveler. To be able to befriend such a person is a gift from the gods. You must be a special person as well to have been so blessed. Good things surely await you and Mr. Xavier. Leave Uyu Restaurant, okay. Die Quest geht verdammt lange. Die geht schon eine halbe Stunde jetzt. Okay, gut, ich bin 5 Minuten rumgerannt, aber trotzdem. Oh Gott, ich habe irgendwas im Hals. The story is quite complete, but it's lacking some emotional turmoil. What's on your mind? Heavens forgive me. I'm a real Zeus this morning. I am. I left my friend at the restaurant after completely forgetting about them. But I think I can now write an all-new, presentable script now and give this one more shot. It will definitely work this time. No, I'll make it work. Please allow me a little more time, just one day will suffice. But it's going to be tricky with those 2 actors. Miss Corbin and Mr. Sassano don't seem keen on trying again. But I can't blame them either. I just have to think of something when the time comes. Can I help in any way? No. I couldn't ask for anything more comforting than having you here to listen to me, Event. My dear Nisha, you are indeed a great listener. Miss Paimon, if my way was at all untoward just now, can you forgive me? I didn't mean you any offense. Oh, Miss Paimon? That has a nice ring to it. Alright then, the magnanimous Paimon has decided to forgive you. Wonderful, I feel much better now. Let's meet tomorrow at Komore Tea House. I'll bring an even better script, you'll see. Wehe, ich muss jetzt den ganzen Tag in Real Life warten. It's great that he's so motivated, but it's like Mr. Okazaki said, is it really okay for him to do it all by himself? He says he's gonna write a brand new script in one day. It's a scary big job, isn't it? I'd like to help him. Maybe we should let Xavier work out the script by himself. Everyone thinks we can help him with his actor problem instead. I'll go talk to the actors. Yeah, that should take a load off his back. Aha, muss schon look for the 2 performers. Das ist eine ganz neue Quest. Sache. Okay. Auf zum Kamisato Estate. Zack. Wieso geht die Quest so verdammt lange? Ich meine, sie ist jetzt nicht so interessant, aber auch nicht so schlecht. Ah, jetzt steht es auch wieder hier, Koharu. You've come, Monisha? I know it's rude to say this, but I'm sorry. May I ask if Mr. Saber still needs an actress? I left in a rage and failed, master in her painstaking efforts of pressing constant as well. It's messing up the quest given by the head of the family. I have disgraced the Yashiro Commission. Masters reprimanded me, so please, I beseech you, please mention this to Xavier so I may do my duty. What did Furuta say to you? No, Master only asked me to think about why I want to stay with the Yashiro Commission. I made a vow to the head of the family and to the Kamisato clan that I would never do anything detrimental to the name of the Kamisato clan in a fit of pique. I was too reckless and indolent, as a Shubatsuban, okay. Also ist sie Ninja, gut. No, as a servant of the Kamisato clan, I was very much out of line. Mr. Xavier was actually very kind to me, once again. I'm so sorry. Ich meine, klar, er hat euch jetzt aufs Übelste runtergezogen, aber ihr seid halt auch nicht, ihr seid ja keine Actors eigentlich. Also, ja, ihr könnt es halt nicht viel besser machen, als was ihr gerade gemacht habt. You don't have to be so anxious. You mean I still have a chance? I can go and apologize to Mr. Xavier to make up for my mistake? Wonderful, wonderful. I must do well this time. Your generosity is appreciated. Just go to Komore Tea House. I set out right away after I've tidied up my appearance. Wie jetzt? Und der ist irgendwo ein Rito? Okay. Ich kann mich an die vorherige Quest übrigens nicht mehr erinnern. Nicht so wirklich zumindest. Aber okay. Hi. You're the one who was involved in the screening. You are Onisha. Yes, I'm so sorry. I didn't remember your name. It's my fault for having a faulty memory. Sorry, I gave you guys a hard time when we were filming. I know Xavier is from Fontaine. My most important person is also an outlander. So I understand how difficult it is to be alone in a foreign land. I was picky in the past and caused some trouble. Looking back on it, pricks at my conscience. What? We still need actors. Is this what Mr. Xavier wants? Then please allow me to participate. I was called in to participate in the shooting before. I thought I was only paid the price of a meal. But money that's paid is paid. So I will finish what I started. Let's go to Komore Tea House. Got it. I'll go tell my family later that I'm going to the Komore Tea House. Wait until evening. Uh-huh. Gut. So. Okay, zumindest muss ich keinen Real-Life-Tag warten. Ich kann die Aufnahme heute noch beenden wieder. In der Theorie. Ja, es ist gut. Komore Teehaus. Ich muss auch vor dem Sumeru-Release irgendwann nochmal. Eventuell sollte ich echt mal jetzt die ganze Woche über abends mal die ganzen Gespräche in Inazuma nach und nach durchgehen. Das habe ich bis heute noch nicht wirklich gemacht. Ja, ja. Das habe ich tatsächlich noch gar nicht gemacht. Tarumaru, Owner of Komore Teehaus. Jetzt Tarumaru ist der Owner? Seit wann das denn? Uff. Can you understand me? Aruf? If you met someone who smells like me before? Woof? Mhm. Nobumori. Takanishi. Mr. Sasano, you have much longer lines in this scene, so you must memorize them well and not make any mistakes. Is it too difficult for you? I thought I would end up struggling with the previous script, but was surprised to find out that Xavier had written a new one in just one day. How can I do anything but my best after that? Don't worry, I've memorized my lines carefully. I'm very confident in the script, and I'll do my best to act it well. Okay, Miss Kaoru, about the script, do you have anything that you need me to explain? The scene requires a very emotional performance from you. I hope you can portray a playful girl who sells tea. I've rehearsed the lines many times on my own after I received the script, so I'm sure I can perform better than before. Looks like we are late. Everyone's already rehearsing. I'm here. You, good. Now the main actors are all here. I've brought the new scripts as we agreed yesterday, Onisha. Do you want to read it? Oh, fuck my life. Oh, wie viel? What the fuck? Okay, Moment. Moment. Das. Oh Gott. Oh nein, I don't want to. Okay, Training für nächste Woche. Act 1, Cast. Kurotani Seishimaru Onisha. Aha. Wakayama Keisuke Sasano. Yano Machiko Kuharu. Inside a restaurant that Seishimaru and Keisuke frequent. It's been a while, Seishimaru. I feared that you're in charge of the Kurotani clan's affairs now. Looks like the dust has settled since that incident. Lord and Lady Kurotani are gone, but you are taking up the mantle as their eldest daughter to continue to serve the public. I'm sure they would be pleased. Okay, Seishimaru ist weiblich, interessant. Can the dust settle before vengeance is had? You? You want to take revenge? We're not children anymore. How can you still be just as impulsive as you were back then? With Lord Kurotani's abilities, the investigation never should have gone as wrong as it did. But he said himself that he was willing to accept the blame and punishment. The punishment from the great lords was indeed harsh. But Lord Kurotani asked for it himself. I fear that there is still much left unsaid here. Kurotani and Wakayama are both reputable clans. You now carry the clan name. You are samurai in service of the public, not some wandering Nobushi Ronin. So no matter how angry you are, you must be patient right now. You mustn't seek revenge. What's suspicious in some of the great lord's men? They've been mighty pleasant with themselves since my father's death. That's your anger clouding your judgment. They didn't necessarily have anything to do with it. Calm down. Ishimaru looks out of the window, out the door. Whoever's eavesdropping outside, come on in. Who are you? Who sent you to listen in on our conversation? Machiko shows herself. My apologies, good samurai. I'm just a tea seller and my name is Machiko. It wasn't my intention to eavesdrop. Sesshomaru saved my life yesterday and she didn't ask for rice or money. I just wanted to repay her and then go back to selling my tea. I didn't mean any offense. Honest. Keisuke looks at Sesshomaru. Sesshomaru nods. You, forget it. It's speculated that a mere tier vendor wouldn't know proper etiquette. Still remember to address her as Master Kurotani from now on. You know what? This is quite opportune. The Kurotani clan needs people after all. Why don't you just stop selling tea and go with Master Kurotani? I don't wish to call her Master Kurotani. Sesshomaru has a better ring to it. And well, if I can get my fill of food, then sure, I follow Sesshomaru. Noch so viel, oh god. Do whatever you like, Sesshomaru. Lord Kurotani is gone. You're in charge of things now. Don't do anything foolish. You let your temper get the better of you. Anyway, what's important is that your family name continues. Kurotani said it wasn't your adoptive parents who died. Seriously? Has anything I said made it true, that thick skull of yours? Let me ask you this. Did you really raise your blade against the great lords? Men without a care for your clan? Do you really wish to bring shame to your lord and disaster upon your family? Sesshomaru remained silent. Oh great, this is just great. So no one shall have peace until your rage dissipates, yes? Well, since all my efforts to persuade you otherwise have been ineffective, then let me give you the truth straight out. Now I've been the head of the Wakayama clan since my father passed away. He served as Lord Kurotani's executioner. I know very well that he wronged your family and did great harm to its name. And the execution was a matter of business, yes, but you are still my friend. I still want to look after your family if at all possible. So if you still want revenge, I fear I must say that my father is already dead. Come on then, punish me for his sins instead. I dare you. What? Are you hesitating because we are friends? That's the extent of your resolve, really? You can't even cut ties with me? I was adopted anyway. The family name means nothing to me. Besides, is the good standing of the Kurotani name really more important than my parents' lives? Well, I'll show you my resolve. Draw your weapon. Put it and set Himari over there on the table. Sesshomaru closes her eyes. I close my eyes until you've placed them. Then I extend a finger. If I point at your sword, then we must face each other in battle. If I point at Himari, then we will sever all the bonds that lie between us. Let us leave this to fate. So be it. We are all set. The sword is on Sesshomaru's left and the Himari is on her right. Eyes closed. Sesshomaru points to the left and then opens her eyes. Sesshomaru, it looks like our destiny has been decided. My life shall be devoted to vengeance. There shall be no rest till one of us is dead. Since you've made up your mind, then I must man up as well. I carry everything, I said before, through to the end. I'll be waiting for you. Wakayama Keisuke leaves. Oof. The story is based on the legend of Sesshomaru. Other than the Sesshomaru and Wakayama characters, I've added a new original character called Yano Machiko. Simon thinks it flows much better than before. Hat aber nichts mehr mit dem vorherigen Text zu tun, aber okay. Many details can be embellished given more time, but it's already a challenge to shoot all of this with my current ability. Okay, enough chit-chat. We have to bring out our professionalism. Mr. Sasano and Miss Koharu from the supporting cast are ready. As for the rest, I have decided to shoot the first scene in the Komore tea house. So Mr. Toma has asked the owner of the tea house for a favor, and fortunately we can borrow a private room there. Now we are just waiting for the main character, and that's you. You can start the shooting anytime when you're ready. You can read the script first, there's no need to be nervous. I've marked all the important lines, so take your time. If we make a mistake in the line, we can reshoot it to get the most desirable effect. Desirable. Oh Gott. What to save, ja. Nee, ist das wirklich nur das Skript? Oder was ist das jetzt? Schulen Script. Cast. Whoever's wasn't your up to parents who died. Point to the left. Okay. Tell me when you're ready. I'm ready. Ich bin bereit. It's been a while, says Shimaru. It feels that you're in charge of the Kurotani's clan's affairs now. Sag mir, ich muss jetzt alles nochmal lesen. Looks like the dust has settled since that incident. Lord and Lady Kurotani are gone, but you are taking up the mantle as their eldest daughter to continue to serve the public. I'm sure they would be pleased. Can the dust settle before vengeance is had? You want to take revenge? Ich lese jetzt alles nochmal, wirklich? We are not children anymore. How can you still be just impulsive as you were back then? With Kurotani's abilities, the investigation never should have gone as wrong as it did. He said him that he was willing to accept the blame and punishment. The punishment from the great lords was indeed harsh, but Lord Kurotani asked for himself. I feel that there is still much left unsaid here. Kurotani and Wakamaya are both reputable clans. You now carry the clan name, you are samurai in service of the public, not some wandering Nobushi Ronin. So no matter how angry you are, you must be patient right now, you mustn't seek revenge. What's suspicious is some sort of great lord's man. Say you mighty pleasant with themselves since my father's death. Ich klicke jetzt einfach durch, oder? It's your anger clouding your judgment. That didn't necessarily have anything to do with it. Calm down. Whoever's eavesdropping outside, come on in. Who are you? Who sent you to listen on our conversation? My apologies, good samurai. I'm just a teaser and my name is Machiko. It was my intention. Es ist wirklich der gleiche Text. Okay, ich skippe durch. Ich skippe durch. Ich lese das jetzt nicht nochmal alles. Wir sehen es halt jetzt nochmal. Ja. It wasn't your adopted parents who died. Könnten die bitte nächstes Mal vorher sagen, wenn ich ein Stück Papier bekomme, dass wir es danach nochmal spielen? Ich meine, es ist aber schön, dass sie uns jetzt nochmal in bewegten Bildern zu sehen. Hat irgendwie was. Ja. Weapon, bla bla. Jetzt hier ist all to fate. So be it, we all said. Point to the left. It looks like our destiny has been decided. My life shall be devoted to vengeance, bla bla bla. Ja, wäre jetzt irgendwie cooler gewesen. Wenn ich jetzt sage, wenn ich das gewusst hätte, dann hätte ich es halt da erst gelesen, aber das weiß man vorher halt nicht. Everyone did a good job. The effect was perfect this time. Mr. Sano's performance was full of power and conveyed the charisma of his character, Wakayama Keisuke. Mr. Xavier, there's something I'm curious about. Can I ask you about it? Of course, I must say Machiko was very likely and playful earlier, just as I envisioned. Kamaya Keisuke chose to let Sesshomaru take revenge on him. And that's actually to make Sesshomaru cool his temper, right? It was out of the goodness of his heart, so would it be better if this character sounded gentler? The current lines feel a little cruel. I too considered making Keisuke a gentleman, but eventually I gave him this cold and stiff style. But you're right, the story should have another possibility. Should I make more adjustments? Xavier is doing well now. Mr. Xavier, there's no need to doubt yourself. The reason I ask is that I don't understand why the script was written that way. I can sense that you are very talented in writing. Please continue what you were planning on doing. Thank you for saying that, Miss Kawaru. Then let's carry on. The next scene, I'd like to go to Nazuchi Beach. Given the lighting of location, it should be shot in the evening. Let's all get ready and start shooting the next scene in the evening. Ich will nicht mehr. Was ist das für eine scheiß Monster-Quest, bitteschön? Nazuchi Beach. Wieso liest das hier nirgendwo? Ja toll, sehe ich den... Hä? Wieso sehe ich das nicht? Ja gut, den halt nicht. Den Zeit vorspulen. Bis 20 Uhr. Oder so. Zack. Zack. meine, die haben sich zumindest einigermaßen viel Mühe gegeben mit der Story. Was lang ist und so. Ah, hier ist ja ein Sushi Beach. Okay. Wenn ich jetzt Stück Papier... Ich sag's nur vorweg. Wenn ich jetzt Stück Papier bekomme, wo alles drin steht, ich werde es nicht lesen. Ich werde warten, bis die Szene wirklich losgeht. Ei. Yamada Hifumi. This thing about shadows has nothing to do with us. Make payments and we are done. Just pay money and you can shoot shadows in this area. Naka, you can't say that. Whether you can shoot the shadows well after paying depends entirely on Hifumi's mood. Friends, I've applied in advance to the Yashiro Commission. The film is in full compliance with the Nazuman regulations. If you're willing, you can participate too. We happen to need a few more actors for the next scene. To be involved in the process of creating art is much more fun than money. Money is the only thing on their minds. Saying this stuff on them is useless. Just when the shooting was finally going well, why did we have to run into these guys? I'm not starting to feel sorry for them. Poor Mrs. Harry for running into unreasonable people. Someone is saying that he feels sorry for these bad guys. Huh? You asked for this. What are you talking about, you brat? Looking for a fight?
Let's get this solidified.
You can't run.
What the fuck ist mit meinem Sound kaputt?
Shiver.
What the fuck?
Attack!
What the fuck ist mit meinem Sound? Was ist denn jetzt kaputt? Aufnahme läuft noch. Die Festplatte ist auch nicht voll. The hell? This is not the first time I've seen you fight, but I still have to say that you are terrifying. Der gesamte Sound ist gerade kaputt. What the fuck? Wie? Was? Warum? Was ist, wenn ich jetzt das Spiel neu starte? Okay. Good thing we are friends. 100 saviors wouldn't be a match for you. Don't worry. I'm relieved then. The following scene requires you to channel the vigor of your... Der Background Sound ist auch kaputt. Moment, ich mach mal hier einen Cut und start mal das Spiel neu und so. So, ich habe den Rechner neu gestartet und der Sound klingt wieder normal. Ich weiß nicht, ob der in der Aufnahme auch so komisch klang. Wahrscheinlich. Ich habe nicht getestet, im Browser klang der Sound auch verzerrt und mit Knistern und Knacken. Ich habe mir erst neue E-Pads gekauft für die Kopfhörer. Wenn die jetzt kaputt gehen, dann drehe ich durch. Wäre so typisch mein Glück wieder, aber okay. Bin ja gespannt, wie es jetzt mit Oberwelt-Quests ist, wenn ich die mit drinne irgendwie abbreche, weil ich beendet habe. Habe ich jetzt irgendwas verpasst? Ja, Sasano, ich spreche dich jetzt einfach mal an. Ich war ja mitten im Gespräch. Aha. Was passiert jetzt? Okay, das Spiel ist schlau. Es hat dann einfach da einen Questpunkt. Okay, gut. This is not the first time I've seen you fight, but I still have to say that you're terrifying. Good thing we're friends. 100 saviors wouldn't be a match for you. Don't worry. I'm relieved then. The following scene requires you to channel the vigor of your fighting self. There aren't many lines for you in the scene, but you can still take a look at it. Ja, jetzt ist die Frage. Ich wollte es eigentlich nicht vorlesen. Ja, Mann, woher soll ich denn jetzt wissen? Ich guck mal ganz kurz die Quest nach online. Wie das Ganze ist. Moment. Okay, ich lese es wieder vor, denn das scheint so zu... Ach so, okay. Oh, das ist doch nicht so viel zu lesen. Das hier habe ich ja schon gelesen, Act 1. Oh mein Gott. Danke. Das ist ja hier unten irgendwo... Okay, es ist wirklich nicht viel zu lesen anscheinend dann. Das andere habe ich gerade alles gelesen. Und es scheint wieder so ein kleiner Kampfabschnitt zu sein. Das heißt, nicht so eine in Szene gesetzte Szene. In Szene gesetzte Szene, ja. Act 2. Kaz, Kurotani, Sesshimaru, Nisha, Yano, Machiko, Koharu. Several Nobushi extras. Ja, outside in the overgrown wilderness. A fight erupts between Sesshimaru and the Nobushi, with the former ultimately emerging victorious. Yamada Hifumi, I told you to get your coin pouch out, but you wouldn't listen. Come on, brothers, get him. You asked for this. This one's kinda tough, boss. I can't beat him. Master Shimaru, I was just out buying onigiri. And you're already in another fight? If you need something, just give the order and I'll do it. There's no need for sword fights. Have mercy, good samurai. We don't want your money anymore. Please forgive us. Please, enough. You'd even save someone like me, who was caught stealing rice. You're not the sort of person who would so casually take a life. We will begin when you're ready. We'll begin when you're ready. Yeah, I'm ready. Zack. 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 Und Piu. Klingt doch schon wieder ganz normal jetzt hier. So. Zack. Und leider sind meine Punkte nicht mehr voll. The 3 extras leave in a hurry. Wow. Hauptsache komplett raus dem Bild raus. Good. You all said your lines naturally and didn't make any mistakes. Wait, they left already? I added more lines for them and even used their real names for the characters after obtaining their permission. Ignore those buddies. If it hadn't been for Onisha, the scene wouldn't have been shot. It's nothing. Onisha, you're not too modest. You delivered a smooth performance in that scene. Keep up this level and the next big scene will be no problem at all. Oh no. Oh yes, there's one more scene next. Yes, I thought about it yesterday when I wrote the script, and this last scene must be shot in a place with a cliff. A small island to the east of Narukami Island is very suitable. Okay. Well, this next scene on location is the key to the whole script, and I want to use the glow of sunset as the backdrop. All of us have been shooting continuously for a long time, so we should take this time to rest. Let's see tomorrow evening at the designated location. Aha. East of Narukami Island, also das Ding da hinten wieder. Bob hier erstmal hier hin. So. Uhrzeitgedöns wieder. Jetzt muss ich wieder das Video zusammenschneiden. Auch ein bisschen nervig. Warte mal, die haben gesagt tomorrow evening, oder? Following evening. Das müsste jetzt ja... Oh. 18 bis 20 Uhr. Ja gut, das wäre sowieso nicht hingekommen. So. Zack. Also, ich muss mindestens 30 Minuten haben. Ich hoffe, das ist auch die Insel da, die ich mir denke. Da, wo Kuchirai rumsteht. Wenn nicht, weine ich. Na? Tatsache. Gut. Ja, ist klar. Und jetzt ist das kleine Girl weg. Okay. Wee. Und wee. Und... The third act requires a little more from Mr. Sasano. This new character Wakayama Kujo is Wakayama Keisuke's younger brother and has more Appropriate to have Mr. Sano play him. Okay. You told me before and I'm mentally prepared. It's just remember to pull your punches for the second fight scene, Anisha. Oh yes, the script. I forgot to hand the script to Anisha. Look at me. All I'm thinking about is how to shoot the next scene and I forgot to give you the script. I'm so sorry. Aha. Act 2. Act 3, Scene. Ich muss mal wieder kurz nachgucken. Moment. Okay, da ich nur ein kurzes Video gesehen habe, wo es irgendwie zusammengeschnitten ist. Teilweise ist es Kampf und teilweise ist es in Szene gesetzt. Ich lese es einmal vor, aber jetzt hier. Act 3, Scene 1. Cast Kurotani Sesshimaru, Yano Machiko, Wakayama Kujiro. Outside in the overgrown wilderness. Master Sesshimaru, I found you someone from the Wakayama clan. But Master Keisuke is already gone. Please let us all go. So. Kurotani, you must have come for revenge on my brother. Kurotani? Also. Now listen here. Keisuke worked himself to the bone day and night to settle the clan's affairs this entire year. And it was all because of your stupid agreement. So he's gone. You are called for placing sole blame on your father's executioner. You won't get your revenge now, no matter how much you want it. You know why? It's because your father is already gone. Kurotani, you didn't have what it took to avenge your adopted parents, and you wound up hurting Keisuke as well. You don't deserve to be called a samurai. Keisuke once said that executioners must be prepared to suffer retaliation. You can't even stomach that, then you can forget about charging into battle and taking the lives of others. Since Keisuke isn't here anymore, then I, his younger brother Wakayama Kujiro, am willing to take his place. I'm sorry, It's too late for you to flee now. My brother died because of you, and I'll never forgive you or let you go. Kujiro raises his spear, and Sesshimaru has no choice but to fight him. Scene 2. Kujiro fights Sesshimaru as hard as he can, but Sesshimaru wins easily. Wakayama Kujiro, this is for Keisuke. You're unbelievable. Why are you fighting again? You're both sensible adults, so why are you behaving like children? Scene 3. Kujiro is defeated and exhausted. As long as you don't kill me, I'll devote my life to seeking revenge, and I won't rest until one of us is dead. I said the same thing once before. Well, it's fortunate that no one died. Just give it a rest, both of you. Look at this fuss you're both making. And this, Revenge said, what about these vague notions is worth all this trouble anyway? Look, I just sell tea. As long as I can eat my fill, I'm happy. I couldn't care less what my last name is. I don't have much of a way with words, but rain falls into the lake water evaporates, and rain falls from the sky again. Even if that rainwater freezes, it will become sweet tea if you heat it over a stove. Who cares whether the tea you have served came from the sky, the lake, or the pot? This might sound like sophistry, I know, but I'm telling you both to stop this fighting now and so you can go home to eat. I really like you, Machiko. Huh? Why would you say that at a time like this? You're embarrassing me. Good grief. Well, I just assume you won't fight with Wakayama anymore then. Turn back, he can't move right now anyway. Since my life is like rain and my death is like tea, both are like water. There's no point clinging onto things like this. Yes, that's right, good. If rains from the heavens can save the earth from calamity, then surely I can too, right? Sesshimaru jumps from the cliff. Master! Kurotani! Ending image. A Temari by the cliff. The end. Uff. Uff. With past experiences from the first scenes, I believe you are already familiar with the way we shoot. Huh? She has to jump off a cliff at the end? That's really dangerous. It's fine. Yeah, you're used to jumping off high places and stuff, but now that you are doing it before a film camera, you need to act more realistically. If that gets you into an accident, Paimon guesses it wouldn't be worth it, huh? God knows you're used to facing all sorts of danger, but you cannot think of yourself as an invincible person made of steel. Actually, Barbara, dear Miss Paimon, we do not need Onisha to jump off a cliff here. She just needs to glide down the cliff using a wind glider. Don't worry. Alright, if you say so, then go for it. Go. Go. So are you ready? I'm ready. Master Shimaru, I found you someone from the Wakayama clan. But Master Case is already gone, please. Okay. Es ist ein Mix aus Kampf und Dingens. Wir wissen jetzt ja, was die sagen. So, he's gone. Your call places to blame on the executioner, bla bla. You know why? It's because our father was already gone. Botani, Keisuke. Was ich nicht nachvollziehen kann, weil im Endeffekt haben wir ihm nichts getan. I'm sorry, it's too late for you to flee now. Or let you go. Zack.
I'll protect us.
Forth, my blade, from whence you came.
Er hält ja mal gar nichts aus.
Withdraw.
As long as you don't kill me, I'll live my life. I said the same thing once before. But it's fortunate that no one died. Just give it a rest, both of you. Hauptsache meine ganzen Effekte um mich herum. Just says he, bla bla. Okay, that's what the name is. Freezes. T-Zeugs. Ja. I really like you, Machiko. Why would you say that a time like this? You're embarrassing me. Grieve, turn back. Since my levels like rain, blah blah blah. That's the point on clinging onto things like this. It's good that you think so. If rains from the heavens can save the earth from calamities, then surely I can too, right? My lord. Kurotani. My lord? Im Text stand vorher noch Master. My lord passt aber besser. It was so close. Good thing you reacted quickly, eh? The film is finally done. Come to think of it, this makes me the first audience of your film, doesn't it?
You can't run.
Everyone thinks you all did great. This film will be a massive hit for sure. Ja, okay. We'll find out. We'll back up soon. Irgendwo hier war doch das Ding. Ja. Riecht aber eher so wie so ein 10 Minuten oder 20 Minuten Film irgendwie. Also eine Episode aus einer Seifenoper. Zack. War für die Filmanfänge hier bestimmt ganz gut. Perfect. This is the story I had in mind. Onisha, Mr. Sasano, and Miss Koharu. Performances you've contributed touched my heart. Thank you. Hey, surely you are exaggerating. Yay. It's true, you too. The story has a perfect ending to me. I've been hoping to film a perfect Swashbuckler film, and now I finally realized this dream. Now I can hold my chest up high and hand this film over to the Yashiro Commission. I feel very lucky to be part of the story too. Speaking of which, the story is really familiar. I keep feeling like I've heard it before. Have you ever heard about the legend of Sashimaru? I heard about it only a while ago from the owner of Uyu Restaurant with Okazaki. In the story I heard, Sashimaru had the name Kawasaki, or was it Shimazaki? Can't really remember. It's okay, folklores usually have many versions, and the same can be said about legends of Fontaine and Sumeru too. What kind of legends does Sumeru have? Yeah, if Sumeru, Fontaine, or even Natlan local legends were used as a source material, what sort of story would we have? It would be a good idea to shoot a film in one of those places if I get a chance. Oh, please no. Okay, time is running out. I have to hurry and finish the film. Then send it to me. Send it to the Kamisato residence. Nisha, forgive me for not having the time to chat. I will write to you as soon as I have progress. Until we meet again. Aha. Ja, cool. War eine recht nette, lange Quest eigentlich. Die habe ich noch offen. Gab es noch irgendwo eine Quest, die mir gerade so einfällt? Ne, was mir aber einfällt. Onstead. Das Ding habe ich immer noch nicht gemacht. Das hänge ich jetzt noch dran. Solange wie ich gerade Ruhe habe. Wenn ich heute nichts mehr mache, das mache ich jetzt noch eventuell. So. Temple of irgendwas. Challenge completed, ja. Elemental Trial Vaporize. Okay. Die Elemental Reaction Tutorials. Die muss ich machen für dieses komische Elemental Battle Block Ding. Pyramid Cypro, das lese ich jetzt garantiert nicht vor. Das wäre stupid, das jetzt vorzulesen.
Let the show begin. Out of the frying pan.
Wieso bekomme ich Level 20er Gegner?
Go, Barbara, go!
Oh Gott.
Nice and spicy.
So. Das ist echt. Boah. Könnte ich bitte wenigstens irgendwie Energy Recharge bekommen, damit das Ganze irgendwie hinhaut? So. Jetzt müssen wir noch den Damage zusammenbekommen. Das sollte aber auch funktionieren. Zack. Gott, das ist echt schwer in gewisser Weise. Ganz für 10.000 Moore und zerquetschte Sachen. Aber naja. Kann mich auch nur so leicht an dieses Geo-Ding davon erinnern. Crystallize. Ganz leicht erinnere ich mich. Und das war, glaube ich, sogar die Hauptquest. Kann das sein? Elemental Trial Meld. Wenn die halt wenigstens irgendwie ER bekommen würden, dass man die Skills nutzen kann. Ja, ja. Trigger Meld und so weiter.
Cool it.
So. Zack. 20 Mal? Oh Gott. Wie soll denn das hinhauen? Na gut, mit KR kriege ich zumindest genug Dinge zusammen.
Don't get frostbite.
Ja, da kann man zumindest einigermaßen leben. Puh.
Cool it.
Jetzt wird mir noch irgendwie die Reactions halt. Ah, okay. Hab nichts gesagt. Gut. Das war deutlich angenehmer als das davor. Das ist schön, wenn die ganzen Early Game Charaktere, ja. Charaktere, die man quasi gratis bekommt. Hier nutzen muss. Aber, ja, toll, wie soll ich denn das jetzt? Oh. Ja, ja, euer Pyro Damage. Mhm. Puh.
You're in for a
So.
little shock. Blitz.
15 Reactions. Ja. Ober. Ja, irgendwie. Nicht so wirklich. Endlich bitte. Ja.
You're in for a little shock.
Nice and spicy.
Mhm. Ja, ja.
Goba, get them.
Surrender
So.
and be gentle. Come a little closer.
Gut. Eigentlich kann man das gar nicht verhauen, glaube ich, oder? Sollte man eigentlich nicht. Würde mich wundern, wenn man das verhauen könnte. Superconduct. Oh Gott. Ja, ja. Mhm. So.
You've been a naughty boy.
Ja.
Dodge this.
Hit.
Mhm.
Cool it.
Ja. Moment.
Blitz.
Freeze. Ha, this moment will be frozen in time.
Ja gut, das sollte jetzt sehr gut werden, weil jetzt habe ich nämlich Dauer-Reactions. Ja, das sieht gut aus.
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Zack. Wenn man das Ding dann mit fertigem Burst starten will, wäre es dann mal was. Oder wenn ich mal die Teams selber auswählen dürfte. Electro-Charged. Okay, das wird jetzt behindert. Das wird jetzt sehr behindert. Ja, ja. Das wird behindert.
Come a little closer.
Okay, zumindest die Reaction-Triggers sind jetzt hier relativ simpel. Zack. Und nochmal so. Und jetzt mal wieder jeden durchschicken. Okay, das ist relativ simpel.
I'll protect us.
So.
Blitz.
Und nochmal schocken. Leave Domain. Ich frage mich, ob da mal wieder irgendwas geht. Ich glaube, die ganze Woche haben wir abends nicht gezockt. Also im Discord. War irgendwie eine sehr ruhige Woche. Elemental Trial Frozen. Mhm. Okay. Ja, ich kenne den ganzen Kram. Weiß, wie es funktioniert. Müsst ihr mir nicht jedes Mal wieder Neues zeigen. Ja, zumindest kriegt man das relativ simpel hin.
Cool it.
Es ist jetzt so wieder so eine Domäne, wo ich mir denke, ja, hier wäre eigentlich prinzipiell Dingens ganz praktisch.
Freeze.
Wie heißt es? ATX Voice, aber ich glaube, solange wie ich nicht wirklich Dingens nutze, eine ATX-Karte, ist das ein bisschen blöd zu nutzen.
Dodge this. Don't get frostbite. Cool it.
Und fertig. Gut. Ba, 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 Baby Bell. Wie komme ich jetzt darauf? Keine Ahnung. Elemental Trial Swirl. Okay. Mhm. Ja. Ja. Aber interessant, was mit Sucrose macht. Verstehe bis heute immer noch nicht, warum sie übersetzt worden ist.
Absorption test.
Prinzipiell ist es richtig, das zu übersetzen, aber nee, nee.
Cool it.
Es ist nicht direkt verkehrt, aber es ist trotzdem irgendwie merkwürdig. Wenn man Sucrose aus dem Deutschen, also nee, wenn man das englische Sucrose oder Sucrose, wie auch immer man es betont, ins deutsche Sucrose übersetzt für den Charakter. Das finde ich so ein bisschen merkwürdig.
So sorry.
Enhanced Animal Module 75. Animal Test 6308.
Aber gut. Ich bin jetzt auch hiermit fertig. Damit habe ich jetzt eigentlich offiziell soweit alles gemacht, was ich machen konnte, außer vielleicht auf Pokémon Snap-Erkundung gehen. Denn ich habe keinen Bock, die Bälle zu kaufen, um Pokémon zu fangen. Okay, Snap, Pokémon Snap vor allem, nee. Ist ja kein Pokémon, ist ja eher Pokémon allgemein. die Dinger einmal einfangen. Das können wir machen, habe ich aber keine Lust drauf. Aktuell zumindest nicht. Und... jetzt haust du ab. Wenn ich angreife, bevor du mich siehst, dann haust du ab. Ist klar. Mistvieh. Ja, wie gesagt, auch habe ich keine Lust. Mit allen Leuten reden, das mache ich vielleicht nächste Woche hin und wieder dann mal. Oder zumindest mal anfangen, ein paar zu reden. Ja. EM Battle. Completed Trials, bla. Complete. Hier war noch was, oder? Nee. Nö. Ja, ganz nett, dass sie das reingepatcht haben, aber auch mehr oder weniger unnötig eigentlich. Aber gut. So, nö, dann habe ich jetzt wieder alles fertig, außer die Dingens-Events, die jetzt sowieso noch laufen und die Hangout-Events. Dann ist eigentlich alles für 3.0 gewappnet. Gut. Dann sage ich jetzt hier ciao und ja, bis dann.